Metaphor. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. That's a good one. Metaphor is of comparing two different things without making use of as, like, seems, or resembles. All right. Paradox. All right. Okay. That looks incorrect, Ali. Okay. No, no, no. Cannot say a statement that looks incorrect at first, but later what? You are confused, so let's give you a zero. The answer, the question is still there. Yes? Character, okay. Thank you. Characters are the figures that speak and perform the actions in a work of art, revealing the mind of the author to the readers or audience. Yes. The what? Middle. Okay, I never said that, but continue. Okay. Okay. Anything again? That's wrong. That's wrong. Yes, the question is still there. You know, climax has two parts, and you did not even get the first part, right? That would have given you 0.5. Yes, it's wasting time. Take the question. Automatically get one. Okay, no, it's like this. So now, pick your question. A narrator, yes? Okay, that's a good one. Narrator tells the story, tells the audience the story, not really audience, the readers. Narrator tells the readers the story, revealing the mind of the author to the readers. Yes. Climax, okay. The crisis point of the story, thank you. So from the least to the greatest. You heard that. And it says where the conflict starts from. Okay, we have 5 questions left. Yes, irony. Okay. Start again. Let's say an irony is an indirect way of expressing one's. So don't say what will land you into trouble. Just leave it like that. It's an indirect way of expressing oneself. Yes. Paradox. Okay, that's true. What is that first? But when closely observed, you get to see that there are a lot of senses in it. Parody, yes. Hmm? Say it again. I was waiting for you to give me the you didn't give me, so it's not correct. There's a main point that makes parody parody. Yes, next person. Amphibrach. Okay. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay. hmm That's very correct. Next person. Amphimesa, yes. You say what? hmm That's correct. The last man's question. No, it's not. It's your question. See, that's your space. Yes. You didn't answer it. Okay, okay. Yes, parody. Count five. The point goes one. Yes. Okay. And who? Which kid? JP Clark. Yeah, yeah.
that he has right to come up to repeat itself.
So, not sure what is a paradox? Parody.
It's a device or a law which an author of a poem write to contradict what another works.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not correct.
Okay, I've still not got the word. Well, it's not correct. Yes, it's not really smooth. What's a parody? Or should we just end it like this?
No.
Anybody that gets this thing now has won. Give the two of you 3 chances. You are not seeing it. Wait, you are not seeing it. Okay, what is this parody then? What is this parody? I said a parody is a work of art in which an author uses to mock another author by correcting him, making him understand that what he has done is not really correct. He tries to repeat what that person has done, but there's more rest of all. He tries to laugh at you. He tried to laugh. You forget to put laugh at you. That parody is basically to mock you. Okay, the money is gone. You guys have tried. Okay. Let's start with Zoom, which we've already answered. Any problem with Zugma? You know Zugma already. I've explained. Zugma is a figurative device used. Zugma is a figurative used when a verb governs 2 subjects. Exactly. It's a figurative device used when one verb governs 2 subjects. It's a figurative device used when a verb governs 2 subjects. Zugma is a figurative device used when verb governs 2 subjects. It's a figurative device, a figure of speech used when one verb governs 2 subjects. It's a figure of speech used when one verb governs 2 subjects. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, I've given you a typical example before. It's giving you a typical example before. I told you that the bread was baking, so was my head. That is an example of Zugma. That is one verb. Baking is governing bread and head. That's Zugma. So now, look at food, which we've already explained. We've explained food, but let me just do a recap. A food is a poetic term, it's a literary term as well, which is used to determine the length of lines in poetry. Use foot to determine the length of lines in poetry. And foot is made up of a word or group of words with 2 or 3 syllables. With either 2 or 3 syllables. That's a foot. A foot is made up of a word or group of words with either 2 or 3 syllables. A foot is made up of a word or group of words with either 2 or 3 syllables. Yes. And foot, all the types of foot must have either stress and unstressed label, or only stress label, or only unstressed label. So that is that about foot. You use foot to determine the length of lines. Use foot to determine the length of lines in poetry. The length of lines in poetry. Who sat and watched my infant head? 8 syllables. That means iambic foot, 4 iambic feet. Who sat and watched my infant head? That is 4 iambic feet. 4 feet. What's the length of that line? 4 feet. Don't say what's the length of that line. Say who sat and watched my infant head? And you say 7 words. No, we don't use words. We use feet. Is that clear? How long is that poem? The poem has 5 feet. The poem has 5 feet per line. Now, we've talked about stress, and I said stress. Stress is a way of emphasizing a syllable, laying emphasis on a syllable by pronouncing it, by increasing your tone, the pitch during pronunciation, laying emphasis on a syllable by increasing the pitch during pronunciation, by making sure that that particular syllable gains more attention. Right? You say what? Yes, you increase your tone during pronunciation. That is what stress is all about. When you say education, you see the way I pronounce it. It's not difficult for us to pronounce it. Education. It is the K that receives the stress. Information. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. That is stress. You need more explanation on it. You've understood. Huh? All right. It's okay. We'll keep making progress. The next point to look at right now is rhyme scheme. When they say rhyme scheme, when they say rhyme scheme, when they say rhyme scheme, we're trying to talk about definition of sound. The definition of sound. Trying to talk about definition of sound. Is that clear?
Yes.
If they say what is the rhyme scheme of a particular stanza, they're trying to just ask you, how can you define this rhyme that we've seen here? And I've told you before, if you want to write or state your rhyme scheme, use the letters of the English alphabet. So the rhyme scheme is created by using the letters of the English alphabet. How? Start with the smallest, the first letter, A. And I said, As for beauty, I'm not a star. There are others more handsome by far. But my face, I don't mind it. Because I'm behind it. It's the people in front of me I jar. They ask you now, what is the rhyme scheme? The scheme is A, B, B, A. You see it? Start your rhyme scheme with the first letter. Start your rhyme scheme with the first letter. Start your rhyme scheme with the first letter. Then build it up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Now, start your rhyme scheme with the first letter. Start your rhyme scheme with the first letter. Now, as you are doing that, bear it in mind that when two have similar sound, they take the same letter while you are doing your rhyme scheme, just like you see on the board. Star, A, Va, Fa, A, Ja. That is how it works. You understand me? So like, what I do? But there's something wrong with my throat. When I practice a skill, the listener squeal and flee at the first note. What the rhyme scheme? What the rhyme scheme? So what happens here? Huh? You know, each time I look at this boy, you see people, one of your writing. This is scale. This is quail. Don't they sound alike? Scale. Okay, we want to call it file. You see that guy? Hear him. So that is now blank verse. Blank verse. Blank verse. First of all, you understand that poem. Verse is a poem. So when a poem is described as a blank verse, it means that the lines of the poem are written in iambic pentameter. You hear me? Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter without rhyme. That's a blank verse. The blank verse because the lines are presented in iambic pentameter form, whereas but they don't have rhyme. Take note. Then next one is a free verse. The next one is a free verse. The next one is a free verse. A free verse to describe a type of poem that does not follow a defined structure. You see, a free verse is this type of poem that it does not follow a particular type of arrangement. Look at leader and the led. No rhyme in it, but it has two stanzas times 12. So it's not a blank verse. It's not a rhymed verse. Do you understand? But you cannot say it does not have some beautiful structure. Though it's a that does not have rhyme, we cannot totally call it a free verse. You can, if at all, call it an unrhymed. Do you understand? But why is it free verse? It is not structured to follow any pattern. It's just like that. Look at Ambassador of Poverty should fall into that category. Look at all this poem. The drunkard, a government driver should fall into that category. Look at Hattie Gallant. it. Now, a free verse does not play by rules. Just write your poem, tell your stories. Casualties is in that category. The casualties are not only those who are dead. They are well out of it. The casualties are not only those who are wounded. They await burial by installment. See? So the casualties are not only those who are led away by night. The others are burning that had no say in the matter. You're just telling a story. No rhyme, no division into some specific stanzas. Just saying something. Metaphor. Metaphor. The metaphor is a figurative device which can be seen as an indirect way of comparing two different but same things without using as, like, seems, or resembles. That is a metaphor. The indirect way of comparing two but similar things without using as, like, seems, or resembles. This place is heaven. This place is heaven on earth. Mean that this place is good. We're not saying this place is like heaven on earth. This place is heaven on earth. You see that? Then we have apostrophe. Apostrophe. You see apostrophe? It's a figure of speech used. It's a figure of speech used when abstract figures are given the attributes of humans. Abstract figures given human attributes. Absent figures. Did I say? I said apostrophe. Apostrophe is a figure of speech used when abstract figures are being addressed as though they are present. Sorry about the first talk, slip of tongue. When abstract figures are being addressed as if they are present. And it is used when abstract figures are being addressed as if you can see. Absent figures are being addressed as if they are present. Figures that cannot give you response are being addressed as if they can reply. That is called apostrophe. Things that cannot respond to you, you talk to them as if they can respond, as if they can give you feedback. That's when you ask God, why am I going through this? That is apostrophe, that one. All right. This town, I need you to favor me. That is apostrophe. The town cannot give you a reply. We are talking to it. What's wrong with you this sun? Won't you stop shining? Apostrophe. According to John Donne, he said, busy old fool, unruly son. Apostrophe. As if it can reply. What dost thou dost through windows and through curtains colors? Must be the emotion, lover seasons run. Why are you wasting up? Because of you start running. Should we start running because of you? Must be the emotion, lover seasons. That's what the speaker asks the son. So if you check there, we have apostrophe. Talking to something that cannot give you response. Apostrophe. Whether you have something wrong,
Therefore, we're talking about metonymy. Metonymy is a figurative device when it's a figurative device used when the symbol of something is used to represent the thing itself. It's a figurative device used when the symbol of something is used to represent the thing itself. A figurative device, that's metonymy, which is used when the symbol of something is used to represent the thing itself. That is metonymy. When the symbol of something is used to represent the thing itself. Niyo Shundare in his poem says, in his poem, ours to plow, not to plunder. Said, this earth is ours to plow and to plant. The hoe is our baba, the deep hole are deep hole. So out with mattocks, he said, the yam of this earth is enough for all the mouths who pay daily homage to the God of truth. That yam you are seeing is a symbol of plenty. It's a symbol of good things. It's a symbol of food. It's a symbol of success. You see it? So it's not just talking about food. It's a one. It's day two the earth. It's one song that the poem title of day two at the earth. Day two at the earth. It's one song of birds under snakeskin shoes and Mercedes tires. So look at that. You use metonymy when you use a part, when you use a something to present the thing. So that's metonymy. I put it crown takes decision in my kingdom. The king is decision in my kingdom. The next one there should be couplets. Couplet has how many meanings? Two. Because you're making one out of this. Two meanings. The first meaning of it is that couplet is a stanza of two lines. Are they rhyme or not? A couplet is a stanza of two lines. A stanza of two lines. A couplet is a stanza of two lines. That is one. Secondly, a couplet is a stanza of two rhymed lines. The lines are rhymed successively. A stanza of two rhymed lines. Like AA, BB, CC, DG, couplet. For instance, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I wonder what you have a couplet. The time you want your town, you raise, the time you want your town, you raise. Actually, till the market. Man and boy keep cheering, and home we brought you so high. Today the road runners come. I is shady night and short. Cannot see the record cut. You see that? And silence sound no more than cheers. After death has stopped the ears. So what are we saying? The couplet is a stanza of two successive lines. Exactly. But look at it now. If the question becomes very twisted, we've come across it in why question. Whereby they said a couplet is what? A poem of two lines. B, a poem of two successive rhyme lines. They put those two inside. The answer is a poem of two successive rhyme lines. We know couplets more. You follow because if you check now, we have seen much. A couplet is poem of two lines. Right? We are talking about two lines. A couplet is a poem is a stanza of two successive rhyme lines. If you check, two lines is inside this one, and two rhyme lines is inside. I don't know if you get my point now. But if you take this stanza of two lines, it's just only two lines. The rhyme is not there. So the other one has weight more than the other one. So they ask you two answers. The one that has rhyme lines is the correct answer, more than the other one. The other one is still watery. But if they say a couplet is dash, a stanza of 4 lines, a stanza of 3 lines, a stanza of 4 lines, a stanza of 5 lines, the answer is a stanza of 2 lines. You understand? But if they ask you, a couplet is a stanza of 2 lines, a stanza of 3 lines, a stanza of 2 rhymed lines, a stanza of 4 lines, the answer is a stanza of 2 rhymed lines. But that one has 2 statements in it. You get the point? If you don't get it, forget it. The next one is meter. Meter. Let's do meter. Meter is a poetic device or poetic element. In fact, meter is a poetic element that can be categorized under poetic device, which is also a literary term. Meter is a poetic element, it's an element of poetry which used to identify a number of feet in a line of poetry. It's used to identify a number of feet in a line of poetry. Now, we use meter to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. Use meter to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. We use meter to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. We use meter to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. Determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. Remember, we use foot to determine the length of lines. We use meter to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. How? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, let's take it this way. Who sat and watched my infant head? 8 syllables. Who sat on stress syllable? Stress syllable. I am Bigfoot. Watched on stress syllable. Stress syllable. I am Bigfoot. My in stress syllable on stress. Trochaic foot. Infant head. On stress level. Stress level. We have more of, now we have 3 iambic, 1 trochaic. So what do we have? If they ask you now, this line of poetry is made up of dash. A, iambic foot. B, trochaic foot. C, spondia foot. Plastic foot. Iambic foot, because it is more, it dominates the line. So now that means this line of poetry, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is called iambic tetrameter. Do you understand? Iambic tetrameter. If it is 1 iambic foot in a line of poetry, only 1. For example, I can do who sat and watch my infant. That is 1 line. Cannot do. For example, Barnabas Hallowell's poem, The Dining Table. Barnabas Hallowell, The Dining Table. Look at it. One of the stanzas says, the table that gathers us is an island where gorillas walk the land. Crocodile soft. That is line 1 is the table. Let's see foot. The table. Which foot is this? Check your notes.
Which foot is it? Which foot is this? A foot of 3 syllables. That's not amphibrach. That's amphibrach. That's unstressed syllable followed by stress, then the final unstressed. So this one now, if you have 4 of these in a line, hello? If you have 4 of these in a line, that means you have amphibrach tetrameter. You understand? If you have 4 of these in a line, that means you have iambic tetrameter. That means there will be no meter. No, that's why we say meter is used to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry. Meter is used to determine the number of feet in a line of poetry, which means a line of poetry with 1 foot is called monometer. This is very important. A line of poetry with 1 foot is known as monometer. A line of poetry with 2 feet. What's the problem? You too sorry for yourself. You don't know English. If you offend somebody, sorry, you say I'm sorry. Don't tell me sorry, you say you're sorry. Doing your face like yesterday. A line of poetry with 2 feet is called a line of poetry with 3 feet is called a line of poetry with 4 feet is called a line of poetry with 5 feet is called. That's how we say a sonnet is a poem of 14 iambic pentameter line because it has 5 iambic feet in one line. Iambic has 2 syllables. So shall I compare thee to a summer's day, like thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves for too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eyes of heaven shines, and often is his good complexion dimmed. But every fair from first sometimes declines, by chance or nature changing cause constrained. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou growest, nor shall death drag that one dressed in his shade. Can you see how they are resonant? So long as men can breathe and eyes can see, so long is this, and this is life to thee. Where is going? That is iambic pentameter. So we have 5 iambic feet in one line of sonnet. All right. A line of poetry with 6 feet. Hexameter. A line of poetry with 7 feet. Heptameter. A line of poetry with 8 feet. Octameter. 9 feet. A line of poetry with 10 feet. You see? The next consonants. 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 Now, in literature, the consonant is a figure of sound, and it is also a figure of speech. This type of figure of speech is used when the same vowels, the same consonant sound is repeated in the middle of words in a statement. The same consonant sound is repeated in the middle of words or at the end of words in a statement. The same consonant sound is repeated in the middle of words or at the end of words in a statement. The same consonant sound is repeated in the middle of words or at the end of words in a statement. That is consonance. Consonance comes to play when the same consonant sound is repeated in the middle of words or at the end of words in a statement. That is consonance. Ode. Ode. An ode is a type of poem used to celebrate a subject, but the subject must be addressed. An ode is a poem to address a subject alongside celebrating that subject. In other words, you're addressing a subject with some elements of praise. Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above there was like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, little star, I wonder what you are. Was like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above there was so high like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone. Now listen to me. Use an ode to address a subject directly alongside the subject. Is that clear? Let's look at parody. Parody is a work of art you do to mock another person's work. It's a work of art you do to ridicule another person's work. It's a work of art you do to mock another person's work. Is that clear?
It's a work of art to do to ridicule another person, to mock somebody at the same time correcting them that their work is not good. So done a work earlier, and you are doing your own to laugh at that person and correct them that they are not doing their own right. Is that clear? That is a work of art you do to correct that person while you mock them alongside. So that is it. That's not a parody. All right. That's it. The next one is epitaph. Epitaph. What's an epitaph? An epitaph is an inscription or a write-up on a tomb. An inscription or write-up on a tomb. An inscription or write-up on a tomb. That's an epitaph. Tomb. T-O-M-B. Tomb. Tombstone. Take notes. In English, most words in English that have M-B, apart from few of them, most words in English that have M-B, E must not sound. For instance, plumber, plumbing, thumb, your thumb. Then thumb, T-U-M-B, where they bury somebody. Bomb. But there are some that must sound like bowl. T-U-M-B-L-E, tumble. You call it tumble. Tumbler. I don't know if you understand. Fumble. You know why? Probably maybe because those ones are not, maybe there's still other consonants following it from. Only it ends with MB. It ends with MB. It should just silent the B. Crumb. More bread. All right. Are you good? Because I'm good. You are not good. All right. We just done epitaph. Okay. Can we take this one? So let's play our game first. Let's play our game. Should we play the game now? Let us take this off. Okay. It's not big. All right. All right then. Let's see. I only want to be a nice person. We are doing this. Pick the first one. Pick your own and explain. Good. Okay, tell us. Okay, you address a subject alongside reason, but I don't know what you're saying. It's not correct. We don't know what is. We don't. I will not say more than. Give yourself a define again. That's wrong. I give it a chance. Pick your metaphor. Metaphor is what? Indirect of praising. Wait, metaphor is indirect of praising. Let us say it well before. Okay, thank you. That's not what I taught you. I did not say metaphor is indirect. I said metaphor is used when. Is that not what I said? Because if you are a normal student taught by the god of literature, taught by a normal literature teacher, you will now go and say, and told is a what is a poem? You say, and all this not yours. Figurative versus figure of speech. Do you understand? And this man said, metaphor is used when. So I'll still go through. So pick. Free verse. Thank you. A free verse does not follow any particular pattern, and sure, it does not have rhyme. Fine. When you got it right, did I not give it to you? Okay, oxymoron, yes. When opposite words are placed side by side. Thank you. Take notes. You can still take from. You understand? Can take from there too. I will tell you your point now. Yes, can hear. What? Is it a teacher? You can take from here. And here. If you explain where, you lose a point. Thank you. Meter is a poetic element used to identify the number of feet in a line of poetry. Thank you. Yes? You're taking what? You're taking apostrophe. Talk to me. Okay, figurative is when abstract figures are being addressed as if they are present. That's apostrophe. Thank you. Next person. Zuma. All right. Okay, a Zuma is a figurative device used to subjects. Thank you. You guys are doing well. Next person. Metaphor. Okay. Okay. Figurative device used when two different things are compared. Now to the as like same origin. Okay. Next. Yeah.